friends, Angela here with Lux Vivo Travel, and I am popping in to do a resort hotel review. So Lux Vivo Travel, again, we are all about experiencing the world, and we specialize in the areas like of the Caribbean, South America. So we really wanted to share with you our experiences, some of the resorts that we visited, and give you a little bit of information that you may not be able to find if you're just searching for information about the hotels or the resorts or the areas. So a friend of mine calls this information the ungoogleable information, or non-Googleable information. I think I'm saying that right, but it's what you really won't find on Google unless you're digging deep. Okay. So we want to just share our experience with you and just give you an idea of what you're looking for. And also, a lot of times we're suggesting some of these resorts, and it really helps to narrow down your search because you have a lot more background, or you feel more comfortable with the selected resort if you have that extra information. So we're going to pop in 1 minute, but really quick before I get too far in this video. If you are interested in travel, then go ahead and like, follow, and or subscribe to us, Lux Vivo Travel, on any of our platforms, and that's LUXVIVO Travel. And we're on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we are coming soon to LinkedIn, so just look out for that. So the hotel that I'm going to be spotlighting today and reviewing today is Ecos Sandos, and it's in Mexico. It is in Playa de Carmen, which is in Quintana Roo. Now, Playa de Carmen is about 30 minutes away from Cancun. So you will have a 20 to 30 minute ride from the airport, but they'll pick you up from the airport, bring you to the hotel, and then your experience begins. So, really quick, there are 5 categories, and each category there is the potential for 20 points. Finally, we offer 10 bonus points for things that just aren't expected, but hey, this was there, and so the resorts have the opportunity to earn an extra 10 points just on bonus. So our first category is grounds. That's going to include just generally the grounds, the walking area, the lobby, the sitting area, the lounge areas, the landscaping, things of that nature. So when you arrive at Ecos Sandos, the introduction to the hotel is spectacular. The lobby is vaulted but also very open and airy. You've got your vaulted big bamboo ceilings, lots of marble, and when you arrive, they greet you with champagne or mimosas or beers if you're into that, or wine, and you can just walk around the lobby while you're waiting to get checked in. And so that's really nice. The sitting areas are amazing. The chairs are comfortable. They're the decorations are amazing. This hotel is situated in, of course, Mexico, and Mexico is known for cenotes, which are like underwater caves. Some people call them more like a sinkhole. But this hotel has some on the grounds, and there's a few right there in the lobby. And so when we arrived, and this was our first time in Mexico, it was really cool to just go ahead and experience that within our first few hours. It's just amazing because you're not going to find that at a lot of hotels. So this hotel is eco-friendly. They use the things that they use, they're very targeted to biodegradable, conserving the earth, nature friendly. So you can see that footprint in a lot of the things that they're doing, that they really have a high love for nature, and really trying to coincide with nature instead of just come in and take over. So the sitting areas and the lounge areas are just really nice, especially if you're a nature lover, because you're inside, but you feel outside. And a lot of it, there's a lot of communication between the indoors and the outdoors. And so it's just a really nice experience. So for the grounds, they can receive 20 and we gave them 20. 10 is average. 20 is you did a great job and hit all the points, and they did that with the grounds. So moving on to the room, talking about, decor, design, layout, things of that nature. So the room, once you are checked in, you have one of the staff personnel will load all of your luggage onto a golf cart, drive you to your room, and carry your items into your room, ask you if you need anything, ask you also just to survey the room and see if you have any issues. If so, they'd like to go ahead and address them. So that was really, really nice. Also of note, this is Mexico. So in Mexico, do be prepared to tip. A lot of these workers really depend on the tips. They provide high service, but they do really depend on the tips. So do be prepared for that when traveling. So for our room, when we walked in, there's a small foyer, and then we have the bathroom to the front, a soaker type tub, a shower, and then the bed for us faced a very large window, which I really loved, because when I go on vacation, I like to wake up with the sun. So I kind of leave the windows open so that sunlight can filter in. And then you also had a fairly large area that was just for sitting. Now they did have a TV, but when I'm on vacation, I don't watch TV because I can do that at home. So I can't really give you a lot of background or information about what the TV catalog is offering, but it was a TV in the room. I don't think mine came on at all. So for the room, there was nothing, there's marble throughout. The beds are decorated very nicely. They design a lot of times the towels and things in really cool shapes, and so that was really cool. And then the other thing about the room is when we arrived to a small like fruit platter that had fruit and cheese, and then we also had a full bottle of wine, regular size bottle of wine, and then the refrigerator was stocked full of drinks, waters, sodas, Coke, Sprite products. Beer was also in there. I don't think there was any wine, and all of that is included, so there's no extra charge for you consuming any of the things in the refrigerator. And if you need refills, they will refill your refrigerator. So I mean, super, 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 super nice. For this one, we gave it a 15 because it did have a lot of great things that were added. So out of 20, it gets 15 because we were really pleased with the room and the offerings of the room. Next category, comfort. So things like shower pressure, shower temperature, how did the bed sleep, noise, outside noise or AC noise, even things like that. So for this one, there are areas for improvement. The shower, there were issues with the shower, and I can't quite recall if it was shower temperature, shower pressure, or if it was a bit of shower leaking. I think the shower was leaking a little bit, and it may have leaked right outside of the door as we were entering. So I might have had water to cross as I'm entering the room, or else it was just there in the foyer. I can't quite recall, but I do know that it wasn't enough that I thought to myself, I can't deal with it, because when we got there, the gentleman addressed the issue, and we expected that it was done and it was fine, but we did have the issue again the next day. It wasn't enough that we wanted to try to move rooms, but it did damper a little bit the experience in the room related in this area. So because of that, we just gave it a 10. We didn't have issues with outside noise. We didn't have issues with the AC. The bed slept amazingly. It was very comfortable, and it felt to be more of your Not a California king, but it's definitely a king bed, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe like an oversized king. So we were pleased with it, but there are areas for improvement. So in this area, it got a 10. The next is amenities, so things like the restaurant, the bar, the pool, the beach. That's what we're going to talk about now. And I loved everything about the restaurants. I particularly remember there's a Mexican themed restaurant. In this restaurant, everything about it is going to be Mexican. So it doesn't matter if they're serving lunch or dinner, it's always Mexican inspired. And it's decorated very authentic. And I remember they had like this coffee fountain. And when I went, it was dinner, but it doesn't matter because they have a coffee fountain that runs all the time. And it's this really distinct coffee. Every time I go to Mexico, I'm looking for this coffee. I even came home trying to make this coffee. And it's like it's infused with spices. One of them being a very notable cinnamon. But there's no grit of the cinnamon. It's just like an infusion, but it's very present. It's so good. You can drink it and maybe not even have sugar. Like, it's so very good. And so, when you would eat your meal at the end of your meal, they would always ask you if you wanted any coffee or anything like that. And it would often be that authentic Mexican coffee. And it has a particular name. I can't recall it, but it was really good. The bars are awesome. They have the pool bars and like the swim up bars. There's the bar in the lobby that I really love. The bartender there was so amazing. I went there in the morning to order coffee the second day, and I ordered coffee, and she said, "Would you like a little splash?" And I thought, well, what splash of what? And she said, well, there was a lady in front of me that asked for Kahlua and Bailey's in hers. And so we got to talking, and she said, "Try it. This lady makes it well." And she did that for me, and it was really good. I mean, it's the best coffee that I've had, and I haven't had anyone who could make it as well as her. And I'm not sure if she was honestly just splashing because it didn't have a very notable difference in taste, but in the background, it was just really nice. So the other thing about the bars, the liquor offerings seem to be more of your top shelf or your mid shelf. The reason I point that out is because anytime I would go to the bar, I do have kind of drinks that I usually drink because those are what kind of resonate with me. A lot of times those are straightforward drinks, Coke and rum, things like that. They're not, a lot of mixing going on. It's usually your liquor and, one additional drink. So a lot of times the lower shelf liquors I don't like. And I do know for a fact here at this hotel, at this resort, they were always able to offer what I was accustomed to or something nicer. And there's no additional charge for that. I point that out because a lot of the resorts do offer the inclusion of the drinks, but a lot of times, sometimes it is the lower shelf liquor, and they may not even offer the top shelf, or if they offer the top shelf, there may be an additional charge. So we didn't run into that with this. Of note, I didn't let you know, this is an all-inclusive, but it is it has a regular side and an adults only side. So we were housed on the regular side, but we often visited the adults only area. And as long as you're over 18, you're able to go over there. So there's a really nice restaurant over there that's next to their pool, and we dined there. It's more upscale, it's quieter. It's a waiter, with nice linen, and it's a really nice restaurant. And then it's also kind of open, and you have your open and airy experience. And so we really liked that, but it's also next to the adults pool. And this is a true adults pool. Sometimes you go to resorts and it's the adults pool, but there's not just adults in there. And sometimes you go, it's not really the quiet pool, it's just as, loud as the others. That was not so with this one. This one was definitely your quiet adult pool. It was very relaxing over there. And then next is the beach. So the beach is beautiful. Accessing the beach was easy. The sitting is ample. There was never any issue finding a place to sit, whether it was a hammock or a lounge chair. They do periodically clear the seaweed. So depending on what season you travel in, sometimes certain areas have high seaweed, but they are always conscious and moving the seaweed. So you always have a beautiful beach in front of you. And then there's, music behind you. And then they also service you there with drinks and food if you need. Awesome. I couldn't ask for anything more. It was a really good experience. So in that area for amenities, this hotel gets 20. Next is service. So service, things like check-in, check-out, service at the bar, people taking our things to the room, housekeeping. They're going to get a 20 here just because we didn't have any issues. And again, there were times when they just seemed like they were going over the top. Everyone's friendly. Everyone's helpful. Anytime we needed something from housekeeping, like I said, we did have the issue with the shower on the subsequent day. We called, someone came right over. They took care of it. We never had any problems there. Check-in was easy, not stressful. We didn't have to stand in lines, and it was just really nice. And so they receive a 20 for that. So lastly, our bonus, and this is just, hey, things that we didn't expect and they were there. And this one is going to garner some bonus points because they've got cenotes on ground. They offer bike rides, nature walks. They can be guided. The grounds are super beautiful. It's a very active resort. There's always multiple things going on, just not one thing. Some resorts, you only have one thing going on at the pool. In this resort, there was always multiple things going on in different areas. I remember one night I went out and just walking through the resort, it was like a party on everywhere you walked because it was like they were going through like it was almost like a street party on the resort. So it was just really fun. The decor is really nice. It's generally marble throughout everywhere. You've got really you're higher in like sitting chairs, and there's not plastic and things like that. So it's nice. So we gave them 7 bonus points, and that brings them to a grand total of 92. So how does that reflect in you deciding how this gauges up against other hotels? Well, this is a 3-star hotel. So again, it's one of the hotels that I really love, and it really offers a lot of value because for a 3-star hotel, I expected if they are doing everything appropriately, they are generally going to rank 70 to 79, a 4-star 80 to 89, a 5-star 90 to 100. This hotel ranks 92 because they are really offering a 5-star experience, even though they are currently classified as a 3-star hotel. Because of that, you're going to pay less. You're going to spend a smaller amount of money, so save some money, but you're not cutting any corners on your experience. So there's so much this hotel offers and this resort offers, we weren't even able to experience everything. So it's actually on my bucket list to return to. I think it would be really great to return to with my children so that I can try to partake in all the extra things. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, but this hotel has a water park on the resort. And so that water park you can visit. So it's really good for families with children who just really don't want to take the children off the resort. They're really looking to be on the resort and stay. You'll be able to experience the cenotes, do nature walks, bike walks, have your beach, go to the pool, and also have a water park. So, I mean, so much value just really packed in to this resort. It's one of my favorites. So, and even when I am reviewing and assessing 5-star hotels, a lot of times their competition is this hotel. So really, really love the experience. I really recommend this resort. And that's it. If you guys have questions, reach out to us at Lux Vivo Travel. You have comments. If you've been here, tell us about it. If you've been other places in Playa de Carmen or Quintana Roo, we'd love to hear about, other places that you have been that maybe we should put on our list to try to check out. And again, like, follow, and subscribe. We can't wait to experience the world with you. And we thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.